Just want to make a quick video to stay on top of kind of me previous videos. Basically asking for people if they can follow me or if they can get friends or family to follow me in an effort to try and kind of just hear me out, trying to put this story out there. That's all I'm trying to do, is get my side of the story out there. There's various moving cogs in this that are trying to prevent me from putting this story out there because of the corruption involved in it. So I suppose first things first, I have to stop using as much bad language. So kind of from here on in, I'm going to try and stop using as much bad language if I can. It'll save somebody editing. And clearly after I'm going around in circles there now, I'm dealing with this nearly 12 years, believe it or not. And it needs to be taken in front of a judge. It needs to be presented in front of a judge for a preliminary hearing, just to see whether or not my human rights have been violated. They have been. And where there should be like documentation, i.e. Waterford City Council, the solicitor involved in the case, Tussle, there's all various kind of parties involved in this, and where there should be documentation, that documentation, they took it upon themselves to remove this documentation. Do you know what I mean? Now, if I remove the documentation, they would say that I'm trying to shape a certain narrative. But given all the complaints that I have been making over the years, the last thing in the world you would do would be to remove documentation. For the obvious reasons that it looks like you're trying to conceal or hide something. And it's actually illegal to do this. This is a fact. And this information now needs to be out in the public basically once and for all. I've been running a gauntlet for the past kind of like 12 years of all kinds of like bullshit, being honest with you. And it's hard to explain. I find it extremely difficult to even talk about it or write about or even kind of try and explain this kind of stuff. But I will, and I'm going to over the next few weeks. And the reason I'm making this video there now, and I'm not going to pull any punches here. I'm going to push this as far as I can. I've said this in previous videos. I'm going to push this until it reaches a pinnacle. And if I have to face court or prison, I'm willing to face court and I'm willing to face prison. But over the next few weeks, I'm going to really push this. And it's going to be deemed, they'll say that I'm threatening people. I'm sure they'll say that I'm kind of resorting to criminality. They'll do everything in that but to investigate this, basically. I'm not going to do anything criminal. I'm going to put all this together. I'm going to put it out there. And I'm going to show you what needs to be presented in front of a judge. Ever before a judge gets a look at it, I'm going to put the information out there so everyone knows whether or not I have a case. You'll all be aware of the whole kind of sexual slander which was spread. That was spread by my ex and this Dr. Anne Carey, who was employed by Waterford Tussle. Now, there's a whole kind of situation regarding Anne Carey, Dr. Anne Carey, employed by Waterford Tussle, where she previously manipulated a case and kept it out with the clutches of Waterford Gardaí in an effort to facilitate Waterford Tussle. So it's in her interest. So it's in Waterford Tussle's interest to keep Dr. Anne Carey on side, and it's in Dr. Anne Carey's interest to keep Tussle on side. And this is why my ex gets all the support from Tussle, it's because of Dr. Anne Carey. But I'll explain all this. And in the coming weeks there, I don't want to be deemed like I'm being kind of intimidating or threatening or any kind of thing like this. It's just I have to kind of push this as far as I can. And if I have to be the defendant rather than the plaintiff, like, so be it. I have no intention of doing anything criminal or no intention of doing anything threatening or any of this kind of stuff. I'm well past all of that kind of stuff now, that stage in my life, being honest with you. But I'm not willing to take this kind of corruption. Do you know what I mean? And it was explained to me before that I could have walked away. I could have walked away 10 years ago from this. That was explained to me. Why would I walk away from it? Do you know what I mean? Because you get caught being corrupt, I'm obliged to walk away from my fucking family. Do you know what I mean? And not even like, they're not even happy with just destroying my life. They have to destroy all my family's life around me. And this is the input of a kind of several high profile people in Waterford. And the input now regarding the whole Halligan family in Waterford, which we all know in Waterford, of the ins and outs of fucking what's what realistically. And I don't want to say too much of that because, as we know, there's a whole pending court case there. And that's why I'm not going to even say anything on that. There's a lot I want to say regarding this whole group within Waterford, and I will say it. We'll let the court case kind of do what it has to do, and I will say it. And then they'll be given the opportunity to bring me to court, which is already available. They can still bring me to court. But there's a lot of situations there that I want to talk about, and I'm going to talk about it. Like, this is not something I want to do. Who would want to do this? Do you know what I mean? Like, very few people would want to do this. Do you know what I mean? And they would say that nobody in their right mind would want to do this. Do you know what I mean? That you'd have to be off your head or something to do this kind of thing. Do you know what I mean? But I'm going to do it. I'm going to stand my ground. I mightn't get anywhere with it. I understand that. I'm willing to push this now as far as I can. And if it means court or prison, so be it. Do you know what I mean? Because if they're going to jail me for speaking the truth, do you know what I mean? Or they're going to set me up and have me sent to prison, like, so be it, like. I won't put nothing past them. Do you know what I mean? I've already had drugs planted in my apartment, so like, we will all know. Look at the various groups in Waterford that are assisting these people. From your members of Sinn Féin, your corrupt members of Waterford Gardaí, your members of Waterford Freewheelers, your local fucking tattoos. And while they wave around this kind of sex shit that was fucking like given to them, and they hadn't the intelligence to question why someone would have my passwords over and over again, and why we should be dropping the kids down. See, these people don't have the intelligence to this. You know, they get to hide behind their kind of groups and their clubs, thinking they're going to impede kind of any progress that I intend to make. Well, that's not going to happen. Do you know what I mean? But at the same time, do I like waste all my time arguing with these clowns? No, I don't, because it's only taking me from the root of the problem, realistically. So I just wanted to make that quick video, and I just wanted to say that over the next couple of weeks, I'm going to have to start pushing this, because I'm obviously just going around in circles, and I need some kind of legal assistance. They're blocking me from getting any kind of legal assistance, if I'm being honest with you. You've seen the letters that I was writing to the Minister of Justice, an excuse for the Minister of Justice. Yes, let's be honest about it. She's more interested now in pleasing those in the fucking European Union. But I don't want to go off on a whole tangent about that whole kind of thing, because that's a whole kind of separate situation. But people should acknowledge which groups in Waterford are facilitating this corruption. Do you know what I mean? And all I've ever wanted for, right, was an investigation into all of this. They've done everything and anything to impede an investigation. Do you know what I mean? And if I had anything to hide, would it not come out in the investigation? But they've created a narrative now because they needed the just cause for their corruption, because I wasn't going to let it go. And I wasn't going to stop saying what I was saying. So rather than try to get me to stop saying what I'm saying, they stopped people from listening to what I have to say. And that's basically what's been done. Do you know what I mean? People are being manipulated into stop sharing his stuff, stop listening to what he has to say. So now I'll show you, over the next couple of weeks, I'll show you what my issue is really. And I'm going to retrace my steps. Now, this is not going to go down too well, I'd imagine, parts of Waterford, being honest with you, but I'm in no way being threatening or intimidating or any kind of stuff like that. I only want an investigation into all of this, and I'm willing to face like court or prison or whatever. Do you know what I mean? Unfortunately, it shouldn't be like that. But like, I'm not having my life destroyed and my fucking family life, and me fucking have concerns now for my daughter's future and my wife's future, and like it's wrong on so many levels. And the people who want to try and spread all this kind of stuff, and now these are the people with statements against them, files sent to DPP. Yeah, so it was just a quick video. I just wanted to upload that, and I just wanted to highlight that there is no way I'm going to be any way kind of like threatening or intimidating as I kind of like pursue what I'm about to start pursuing there now once and for all. And my end goal is to kind of expose all of this stuff. That's the one thing is that I really want. And in doing so, I'll expose myself, will I not? If I have anything to hide, sure, I'll expose that as well. So it's a win-win situation for these people. Unless, of course, there's something that they're trying to hide. Do you know what I mean? Yeah, so I'll leave it there, and I'll be back in touch sooner rather than later. And we'll see where this is going to take us once and for all, basically. Because I said in previous videos, it's definitely going to reach a pinnacle, and if it means me going to court or prison, like, so be it. So I leave it there. I just wanted to update that quickly and upload it there. Yeah, we'll take it from there anyway. Thanks.